We are sold a very specific lie about love, the idea of the flawless soulmate. It is a mathematically impossible standard, and holding a real person to it ensures the relationship shatters the moment reality sets in. When you demand perfection, you are asking a complex human being to operate within the constraints of a two-dimensional fantasy. No one can survive that kind of psychological scrutiny. The actual starting line of a lasting relationship requires an entirely different approach. First of all, you have to pick well. You must deliberately choose someone based on mutual respect and genuine fondness. Infatuation demands a straight baseline that snaps at the slightest tension. Respect creates a braided foundation built to handle fluctuation. When heavy life events drop, you need a partner whose core values can hold the load. The survival of a relationship depends on the structural integrity of the criteria used to build it on day one. Once that foundation is set, the variable of time begins to exert its own unique pressure. This duration exposes the inescapable truth that you are deeply inherently flawed, and your partner is going to be deeply inherently flawed. Prolonged exposure burns away any lingering idealized projections. You start seeing the rough edges, the bad habits, and the blind spots that were always there just beneath the surface. This chart plots a long-term relationship. Notice the stable baseline, but pay attention to these sharp spikes. You and your partner will make many mistakes. These aren't accidents. They are the mathematical outcome of two flawed individuals interacting over years. These errors do not mean the relationship is failing. They mean the relationship is operating exactly as human intimacy is designed to operate. When a significant error happens in a dynamic built on infatuation, the entire structure shatters. The mistake becomes the entire identity of the partner. But a dynamic anchored in respect processes that exact same error using a completely different mechanism. Respect isolates the action from the person, allowing you to evaluate a mistake independently without discarding your partner's core identity. As that mistake crashes down, genuine fondness acts as a shock absorber, compressing under the stress to prevent the friction from severing your connection. Respect doesn't prevent relational damage. It stops that damage from becoming fatal to the core bond. This brings us to the most critical point in the conflict cycle, the immediate aftermath, when the dust settles and the flaw is fully exposed. It takes immense psychological vulnerability to look a deeply flawed person in the eye and acknowledge the exact damage that was just done. But because you established that baseline of respect on day one, you can face those flaws head-on without needing to abandon the partnership. Lasting relationships function as a continuous cycle of mutual troubleshooting. You aren't passively putting up with bad behavior. You are making the conscious choice to say, "You are still the person that I like and love, and we can figure this out." A deliberate selection, the inevitable friction, and collaborative resolution. That is the architecture of endurance. Accepting human fallibility and choosing a partner worthy of respect provides the stability required to survive your own flaws together.